Dana later, we had a meeting in Blackjack. Although marijuana is legalized, yeah, in Arizona. I don't know, Colorado, Utah, and New Mexico, that's not order. Ako, ako Navajo Nation, legalized it later. Pero may dana, ako, didn't think they can't have that legal, that, the card and the, what that, not the jack. Ako, law and order, it doesn't die in the Michigan. Ako, they, quick, I did Ellen so yeah. Arizona is illegal, yeah, though Navajo Nation, I think, illegal, no. Ilahi taban benda Alan song. Ado recreational use that without the use that yet. Ako wata. With on that marijuana. Ado Jono report of that of that. Ado capture project. Edo an individual 4 acres in shit. Nicht wasen. Ado ba sa metle do bande do Ado 20 acres of 16 additional acres of that six. Ako kwa na additional now haya do na so sinasja sintibi ne ako dinga to ba hausen na ako ha shin kesha shin aben de ka do abe yang da ni do sa ha lo do ne ben da shan ha shin ba ka do shin sto ne ako ya ge da do ka na ne ko ko da tourist Michelle就而且刚刚呢在呀小 Peterson ako ko question sana kayıt kuşun da nada ne stan ke ko bande eva but nasna di kaha ko ka da nana sa let me the other documents and then I'll start working on nahan ko di ka da ne hona na sa the way ne da nana sa kam shao hona na sa so then hard to do quick find out see okay let me read these documents in the beginning let's build this chapter house in the Ako, kade hun sa te e cho e peso yen ki e cho e cho ki e now hanak so on emergency sen ki e de yok şey. Just ha don't ni. Directly do ke do ta pe na hi pe na hi ni. So e hu aga shi hon ni. Ako, adonan kujet IDISA to e aje e da ta ka. E cho has ni na. Che bi yang ki do ne na. Ako e aje ni age now hu ya. IDISA ke e kun Virgil Laredo abiga che kun indi kato JRSA jo che kato even nadu di solo. I can't nadu chan ni ko. Okay, right now we're at the with Bill. He's supposed to get a hold of Bill, Virgil. Yeah, I just not the Shinto. I don't know. We'll set up a meeting again, don't it? So we're waiting on Virgil's response. But you email ish, I don't, but you first I don't get a response. Okay, okay, when they that with the 4 acres, I thought I was not quite kind of the way John the very down dot I don't mean that. Equally, I see Clinton never not equal, which in present area. Able if I go on that side of potato, if don't mean that. John that on that, even that 4 acres as all kind of. I don't know later on the additional acres add on the so what I want sockets. So that person they okay in there. Okay, what I Adonan an ya peso oh, 5 million that's bought that to have that multi-purpose building. So for kanane di that did no one did no altogether that whole chapter house is going to cost like 15 million that's in the house you know up kana. Okay, multi-purpose building yeah they feel yeah go kitchen yeah into meeting room side or this don't ako sudo san da pinto as person as in the had it out he did kato ashan building it's in the sudo san da pin it's a professor da ne again in that and that's where got that ako hada ako 这个9 million 是那个就一但是no then on the show we can start project we don't need so that's where it's at. Although is 6 million就is 6 and the went on it though let's see as president back one year yeah so if I press 6.6 million 6 million not in kid on it other Calum Sosa out of the头先係都比較大先都呢個啲亞特係先咯，就而且佢都也那是真的，俺哋這個好真的亞特的，都係就亞特呢，就是打啲幫他打整，啲那個他打是嘅，so that's where we're at with that. 我哋 chapter 好是嗰啲，I don't know 15 plus years chapter 好是的，好，很少或者是如果有打算，我看那是。And بعد تطبيق had not done. Because there wasn't a plan in place. So it could get hashing so we cannot make all could get kinta. You cannot do that so could get that or nick other hold on the call. I don't hold just a call. I want that to be card I've been in the office I got 5 years, it's been 50 years. I didn't want to have it. I don't know. I got not to talk. So the Gassan is Dagi Michelle, Yagi Aspen the Michelle Aspen that did call chapter hasn't gotten to it. So that I'm hoping that. So what the I don't know the Shamaya Yatki if you hadn't had it I Canadian peso. Because you could chapter has peso since 6.6 million in it. It doesn't even cheat on. Okay, you could make a peso about that. No, yet. But because you say 8.8 million. Because about that, I didn't know that. What for fancy? So it quickly back home. I mean, front end loader. I got 550 truck with the gooseneck. I don't know blade though. So it was a brand new order did that. Of course, the other not the next day. On the way that the can has under other cigars under other in the conhoshi. Raja could I in nature quite the similar than Haniki. Raja I don't know, say no, the she's not a national. National. I don't that equal because I know equal in that say I joy cash bana data. Dana quite when that can they flag staff that has it no. I shall quite equipment, I shall have in of course, PO, the knee I think have built it. We have to start over, not starting. So, a quite got. Of course, Asian RG, but not that didn't show a quite give what of course, my just Jonan Klane, den Reser Hasanji, die kann da, die Opera Francis, Kidan had it, Kidan had it. 4 years. At an apart with honest. Never apart from the Shintada, never is on the power lines that they speak. They coined the better business in the Hansa just. Because some of these projects are on the other hand, the Handaski. Naveda, the COVID hash near that is not on the Satana. I thought back how they order leader.
That wasn't with ARPA.
Okay, COVID funds as a business they have. The way the Shinas found out little young that. That's the one they can that they see. Other chapters. They would up a hundred. The cash and so that. But it's most like kind of you hadn't. John, oh, that's shade without answer. So just to let you guys be aware. The job on top here, the job on Hanossen. The other ask over to that jail. And the job and the other job I get to do just thousand dollars. Oh, cost. So therefore, Ashin, so they got. So they done. Other shows in the John the Great, so 15 years of business. Watching daily, so I was under. So those the day. I don't know what I did. No, I bought the shit. So yeah. Ade ya dan ipadan ho just deadline. Le Washington on do nature. We orgi. Ade da os stimulus check. Kada Canada jo kada adika. Shego just by yasin ya. We got all these this money. $50 billion in nature. Well, yeah, then that's a piece, you know. Not only is that, you know, a very TV than the height, you know. Of event that on the show has on that. So it is what so on so doesn't matter.
I have a question.
Where
Oh,
I don't know.
meet who?
Rosie.
So how is all this affecting the housing that we've requested? And we've been at committee for going on 3 years and there's no transparency, no documentation. Like must know where you're at with that.
AUNTF funds by Yanski,
Well,
Could
they're
you-
waiting
could
for
you give-
your
could you-
signature
Oh.
on these houses. So what's the status? What's wrong? What's going on? So Joan is just putting the egg. We.
That's a could you lagi by Yakia? Other Shahaji in the Panit Idol, other housing committee by Haji joined that. So you would add all. Could you?
I do want to say something about it too. As a resident, as a community and a voter, we do all have voices in something like this, based on the Raja Bayit. My name is Helen Meyerson. I live on the east side of Train Rock over here. Aja Cash, and Aja Inanash there. And or you too many things to really think about in Sahake Salaja, deep benda how Jishiki, Shinish on a on his Sahavich right now, our community, our leadership, and Ishnan and Dolesh. At all what on his yos, Carthod, Nedoskis and Dad in the show. Am I sitting here wasting my time? So yes, study. I do have to go to work soon, and when our leaders gonna work together, it's kind of like a headache. It's in the shnito
Helen,
names.
because you report either.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Haji Banan.
And this Ahagi as a member of Oljato chapter, um, paperwork go sign that is it gonna continue like that today afterwards? Are we gonna not sign this resolution or next month? Is it just wasting our time? And I don't like it. Or just yeah, it's eta. I don't ni nada si credo. We go in between. Some of us we attend meetings, and some of us we want things done. We want to see things done. They di sesh peso benda on the shani zen. Oh, you peso oh no oh that. UNTF that money's in the Linda and when is it gonna be used? I wrote this Shirley, yes taking the cut. That's all new to me, Shirley. And maybe we need more planning, maybe we need to meet on it, and see what kind of deal that one is. It's a lot of money, 1 million. Who's gonna run it? Is it another housing committee? And asati itzalte or ajish benda in the shalet ella. We all need to come together as housing committee who never caught all the way. Ajana gahaki to o asati nana dogi edaka. We all need to work together as a community. So I don't know really the status on it. Is it just gonna is it just gonna help one family again? O siya hananat erole. Nchecheta nike shiti ato shika igera ever since I've been living here. I was born here. I never got any help with the chapter and job agents and job needs and and this housing committee under Utah Trust Fund. Can I kind of cover that because I do have to leave soon. Um, like I do need to report on some of my issues. Um, so when that time comes, can I go
And
go hot edit on this? But jodi 1 million neniki hare la peso ha ni so hela chapter in her chapter 10 hawando hagando the foundation hello o nask eniki pehos zilogi teno how are we gonna fix things? That's how we are. We are like homeless people. Nahat Diego ho one besa ane etten si o kwaiki o ta yugen ni ne ho ya nature to alle anche ba da hat ho you rules and regulations ben hit the jona hasi ha nature don't do this, don't do that, don't use that da ba chairs hashit eshin I don't use it dash and then hot out of a car beneath kemi beneath shahnetle alla enhitra. We need to make up our minds and this is like the third or the fourth time that chapter by Yachkito the people whoever that's gonna make that building we shouldn't we shouldn't work with the chapter. We shouldn't work with window rock. We should look towards the state of Utah. This building was made under the state of Utah outside these facilities. Leonard Neniki Dayat Neniki and nothing happened. He jumped off the bandwagon again. Also, we're restarting again. Why don't you guys look to the outside Utah Joe? Ajashinsa Heda is going to be willing to help. There's Randy right here. Randy can help us in these areas. Maybe he knows somebody, a constructor that construction Ajaho one Gaja Yanan Fauta in Aro Hadin Andon. When you travel, when you're out there traveling, you see gas station Maverick or shit they're popping up within a week, 2 weeks building like that the Clado Alepi get that business at that. How come ours is taking over 25 years? Is that how long we're gonna is it gonna be another 10 years to have this building up? And I think Shirley present any is it are you two working together? Is
No.
that the case?
No.
And is it separate thing? And then also if it's 1 million the Miniki, I think we all need to really sit down and talk about it. We just can't vote on things that we don't know about. We just can't like look at what happened for that a teen don't happen to understand. San Juan County teen hayata halyande and jonago. I don't saw this because of the leadership. They gave it to NDOT. Now we don't have that service anymore. We don't want things like that happening. We need to really sit down and think about what's going on. Don't just Don't just vote on stuff that you don't know. Yeah, we don't need to go that way. We need to really sit down and think about what's going on. How are we going to spend that $1 million if we don't have that chapter built here? I should, or you, I don't. It's like, should I go to the chapter meeting, or is our secretary here gonna sign some of those documents for us? I don't doubt it's on none done so. Um, I don't, yes, we are lacking a lot of the resolution papers that need to be signed. And yes, I hear our chapter president needs to sign it. Oh, I want things to be getting done right here after the chapter. I think surely when those guys were in office, they were signing those resolution right there and then, and it needs to be that way, not 10 days away or so those signs on yeah. So I think I gotta add a me that I wanted to sing, I'm very grateful that I'm a part of Oljato chapter. Is there a way that I can help with some the housing committee? It's good to see some homes up. There's a home that's being built here. Roger Nelson said, yeah, roofing, everything. And then Francine Shorty said, Aro Christine Yazzie said,
Point of order. Point of order.
Winifred said. So there's actually 4 or 5 homes that have been completely, the whole house is up. So we need to get on with this and do your job, leadership. So okay. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Job. One is from time for me to move on.
Yeah.
There's not a motion for any action. It's just a report. And
just
being made. It ain't action. There's no.
저 환자씨 아도 또 다섯 살이야.
Second thing, you can visit with Shirley on there because they look that on there. We can talk about it and strategize and move on.
Make it briefly, just quick project questions.
Okay, I have a question for you too. If that money due to lit established to you guys, are you guys gonna help the community, like the elders with firewoods? Or anything like that?
There's a lot of money at the house. That's what I wanted to see. What is the budget?
Joyce,
Instead, I hear that stipend is written out almost the next day. And those are without meeting minutes that are approved. So there's a lot of money that you guys can look at the chapter house. So for your clarification, the first backhoe na has ni adini sit hasin ben has ni sit hasin. Herman knows it. The never best or that sit hasin. Lawsuit Iliana or her use and mellow. It's not her days so and here a backhoe that evening. After I left or in the ARPA American Rescue Plan Act. Highlight Eden on Rock the Shay on Herman. You best are then hitch that I shot hardship on the hitch in the heart, yeah. At the Osen then AI at the winter rock then they shamas. A budget Italia. All of it are budget, but some of them are not using that money. I don't know what the whole up is because I don't deal with that one. The money I'm requesting for $1 million is ARPA money.
It's not just any money that Wenderat gave us or Oljato has. It's ARPA money that was 8,800,000 Herman budget. Each council delegates got $8 million. But the $8 million were divided. It's adasto. 4 chapters. A Herman. It's Enzo. A la Shanto Adahon each Scription House. I Dahon each Nalhamani Atid Ayodas ya Chehadega. So, but he just said that the invoices are at Winderock. And he just said that PO, new PO, nada, ne. So I don't know how true that is, but that's what he's saying. So I'm gonna have Herman, us here, we're gonna direct Herman to look into it for us because we voted for him too. So Herman, is it feasible? Is it doable? Ashbila, Ashadadi, Gi front end loader, Gi PO lumber go adolni or pro panels go adolni, doors go adolni, windows go adolni. Contractors, nahate dolni, all these contracts. I know I'll get to you. You need to. So contractors, they are quoting. While we wait for the chapter to approve PEP, how long is that going to take? It might take a day or 2 days, but in my proposal, I'm also requesting that I know PEP had a lot of money too. We couldn't find the right supervisor to supervise people to do roofing or sidings or Benjamin Salt was the only one that we used to use a lot, but he's somewhere else now. So contractors, they can just get it done if they're on contract and they're on timeline. All we have to do is this $1 million. Let's say you want a new door, okay, $100. 2 new windows, $300. Total roofing, 20 by 20, maybe $8,000. But it's going to include all of them, contractors and workers. So hers might be done in 1 day. Hers just 1 day only. Then they're going to go to the next one, make 1 day. That's how these contractors are going to work. And already, before I present it to you guys, to all of you, I shouldn't say guys, to all of you, excuse my guys. Yeah, I don't know the expert that knows in this, I don't know, but can we include the contractors for the Shina? Oh, Nila, ski you will get it done by October or November, Shidani. That's why I'm saying that we can do a joint committee because Utah, they done hit the door. Because like the way you guys are now, this one, I want everybody. I don't care if you're from Utah or Arizona or state line. Let's combine and work on it. We have a priority list. Carol, do you still have that priority list? Yeah. The papers, they let them resolution, so somehow we need to find those resolutions. And honestly, when I left the chapter house, Shido Peggy manuals, oh, you can't need the binders, yeah. Did all the chapter house, but that's Iggy, all the way from the get-go. Resolution, can't know. On that why the chapter house was going to be demoed. What the cause of the chapter house is we did a report. It was in there. uranium benina. The corner to go uranium hit on it. There was very high radar on it. And manual, original resolution, original papers. We left. I left. I left. Everything was there. I didn't. And then I was told I threw everything in the trash. I don't remember throwing anything away. So when I got home, I took all my stuff. There on it, there was a Xerox papers that needed to be shredded, and that should box these out. It had chapter stuff on it. I went and separated all of them. Then journal, chapter meeting, chapter project. Yeah, but not in it. They were having a meeting over here, and I was surprised they didn't have the manual. I said it was all on the table. I don't know if I gave it to Kelvin or the president. I don't they only needed one more survey. Survey, which is going to take anywhere from 2 to 3 years. Yeah, it's taking this long. It was all ready. The money, the amount, everything was in there. Although non-store is shrunk back to 4 acres. We got 16 acres. The reason why we got 16 acres is, can I touch this though? A highway, this is the highway. And then a fence from this highway, Herman is correct me if I'm wrong. That's highway asphalt let's say the asphalt stops right here. Don't 750 corridor. It's not approved for home site lease. It's not approved for anything else, only business development. Roy Black, yeah, but I don't know where all the way around to the again, I haven't been here for a while. Monument Pass and further. So nobody's supposed to be building their home site lease along that road. Just like Sheila and what's his name did. They built a KOA, yeah. But yet, 54 acres, welcome the land 4 acres. They are beyond that 750 acres, 750 feet corridor automatically belongs to us. So we're not only going to plan on that 4 acres, we're going to go beyond that. And we could have done a warehouse for that one too, but I don't know. Oh, so I just wanted to explain that one because I was the one that was there. I'm the one that's asking for the 1 million. I'm the one that's asking for this 6.8 money. So there's a lot of budgets. A lawsuit that has now best of so know that 6.8 million the Schneidige. I asked Herman, can we have at least 1 or 2 million from that 6 million? And the ARPA money, 1 million. That way we can cover everybody and we'll all be satisfied with our roof, our door, our window. We don't even have to come to the meeting to ask for it. What I'm also thinking along with this is burnout. If we do get the ARPA money, we can purchase trailers because it's going to take a while to do a complete house. So, those are some of the things. So, yeah, behanana seat or left or
Okay, oh, thank you. I'll respond to your question now. See? Okay. Right.
Yeah, no, that's the Shannon, I'm not Shannon. But you got in, I know you have a long agenda. I don't know projects by 18. So, talking about projects, but on the way down, we have a contractor here, you know, so that, so they're on the agenda. So, the contractor, it's on, yeah, that's how we, yeah, there's two. Yeah, I don't know, that's, you know, they say, that's all the way down. Recently, they did that's a big warehouse, it's probably the, last week, she never was wrong. Just, grand opening is late, so, yeah, but, yeah, well, thank you for coming. I know you're on the agenda, but could on the gate, could Shmaya, get on it's a she's, it's in could could then this is for the way that I speak, is it doable? So no, yeah, zero. I don't know, put on the way that our party in the way that delegate regions project, fan test, and they get 8.8 million fan test. Every council delegate, 8.8 million. We have get the whole year of it last week. So out of it, folks have it's the hiki quaggy, it's the hiki 1.9 million, close to 2 million. For Navajo Mountain, legislation, but drop the state on the echo. A water line, donana, solar, that is the store that Cobella is late as you would on the Arizona side, Navajo Mountain Judo. So I don't know the page up. Cobella is late down at 8.8 million. Shanto, I thought they were ready yet. Here's our proposal, she thought, in the data 3.4 million for the Shanto Hotel. So in the data, DOJ, it's that's an eligible project, she told me. So the can about NASA stuff. I don't know, tapi can 2.1 million. With a ballot as legal. So, Quado, Oljato, by ballot as legal, heavy equipment. The way that, without that, should not now. Quado, the way that, without that, car or be the motor grader. I don't know, truck and trailer. I don't know, front end loader. Bitch was only last thing. But what ended it at all I thought should out 8 and the hot Sunday. So the 8 that you care for the Shamakoto, could on a way down, front end load, ready. So even way 388,000. So but now you will a lot of us bad deco. So 8 that you care for. So 8 even I dish kiss out tomorrow. So I need that I should out 8 of this one's only a could on a way down. I know that actually what it on the amendment that the donation for the amendment. For the patients on the datum that's off. The give a change in that date, amendment, which is these were. So I don't know what on the way that the 6.6 million. So they last leaky. We could on have a last leaky could out for the chapter house project. Yana Reda, citizen funds. Aj yet over last lake or the 24th Council, Delegate Mark Freeland, legislation class, present added the Shito, HNC, Hipado backhoe, Rabella as name, 8 and 8 says in Francisco. So 880 gives the out of the 6.6 million, the Shiniki, chapter house project, Yana, the way I was looking at the resolution A for Oljato chapter multi-purpose building, multi-purpose building. What about a car called 6.6 million, but there's other funds going echo. So total over 9 million in medical. Never use the commission. Reallocate in days, yeah. Because we need the I don't use the Navajo trust fund. I don't Navajo nation money. So here on top of 9 million So did in the base 6.6 million again. I would need to go back to the council, yeah, for amendment. The chapter house, chapter bus chapter lots of Frankie, the slug, by Shalanas, what are the adult level? For a part of any good so in Quebec, coordinate with the coordinate. So you know that by the house, net or the Aruna, I see, oh yes, I about has the clean the big and I don't know what did. What and I did all the had the nest with the what did. Oh yes, I about has the clean. A job I hit in the house, never. I don't know what I'm about this case. So now I was sent those in there. So I could all that I get that is kid hot. I don't know what we band out of it of London, your city, or you have a cargo. So it is about as thank you.
Okay, so people are like, I don't know, after so they know the shit. See that the vessels in the league are Arsenal of Virginia. 2 million Arsenal of Virginia. I don't think you have Panzo, never business of Virginia. For the Asia, and have a best of the church on either had any, up business of Virginia. We're trying to feed all that money. But somehow one that, so. Go ahead.
Okay, just really quick, no questions. I just want the whole community to be aware that thank you, Shelley Bedoni, for your comment that we're the second highest voters and there should not be any homelessness, especially within Oljato chapter community. And you brought up a really good point about resolutions, and so did the housing committee. I just want you guys to all be aware that just at 12:27 p.m. I handed the resolution to Willis. So he has the 15 utility trailers and the 30 water tanks from Paul C. Summers. And he also has a Tisha Charlie for the UNTF complete housing. It's in his planner. So just that, so you guys are all aware. If you guys want, you can get his confirmation. But just, he has it.
Call. Call. Call.
Fund and all that. This will, take into consideration about certified,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
if you've got legal PL, or that indicates.
What's your house?
Happy holidays.
Shady contract, best of bunch of work, shady, got it. Tana. That says in that side, you newspaper, and then it says 24 million. So that was in that, no. I looked at that contracted vessel trader. So I just got at Kunana Neta. She's 1 million, I think. I'd clear that, but I got it and some trade. Shave on such case, Shinanish and such and a conde never email one day. As built contractor, I can't. Other than contractor by the time I live on the city, I didn't have it in there, yes. I did condition such that Comas did not. Better a credit, a that is that. So I never seen. I don't thought that the shouldn't go. As long as it's better, look at better case, right? So she got it. I don't know. I did it. I need Mary Helen. And then it's a husband that I need called Donut Joke. I need solid other classes. It's not net up adequate nesti kitaikin. Pevaniete that Behavish. Aranda nape nasa itinabagante that. Share and the chapter has the iya. Again, that's a lot of need on a so safe get us boxes. I don't know, smart down in cotton sheet. I let the budget that was a year. Never are you found a lot making a trip. If you the history to make house a day, not I did have a crab. I don't know, smart ash that. Take that in there, yeah. Was weeks a lot. Also, names some other plants that ananishta, ananakta, naso hat hati, attempting understand. Iron the action neck, if you actually cow, things and a collant in that. So, at home sat least of it at the Bahanada the shit. Iron the Hyundai Jugnuts of family card the Hyundai the Evan Fair another something. Ako under Abbott after an holiday. Even Nation Kadu had that for one that can be. Ako Aji for the question landed the Satana. 5 of the night, so could they get time? No, of course. I need a constant from the is only the quotation. Quite holidays, no. I don't take it for holidays. Nay, cut down and then the start of to get your personnel. Annual evaluation of yacht. That's on that cut, that's cut of this. Have a car. Because I say, start that not, but it cannot. I don't know, it's in the barn, Nel Cabanantane, she had no answer by me at 10. So best and the Hajit has cut on. So she's bells and that's on, that's just card on the ocean. So Nel comes on that the hot crescent done laid and the coin and so train chapter meeting planning meeting. Con agenda that I said training. Con chapter coordinator now. And soon not so it's not a cottage stuff. So the other thing that state Ashon. Not so such a banana banastane is there. I shot the hot. Oh, that on the Nahadama. Eight. I did that. I did that. Oh, that was 160 G. Corpeti anni, the cordi resolution, any anni, Satiriago. Contractors, a short as built. To anni, Geneva, Kodazas has done it. Gale can be ladder. People and bash that. They call Bahansley. They call a big kid Kerana. I my study. I don't know, because I'll check with that, So I wish that would be my suggestion. That
okay, kasi nas all it. We had a lot of discussion on it. Okay, now.
Oh. I kind of got lost again.
So,
Looking at this location about your stuff.
No,
right on.
Okay.
Sensi.
But Well, going back to the report, go ahead and fine print, 10 minutes. Cause you
Oh,
know,
最后加一个
how long have
we're on discussion.
30 minutes.
But I want to make a motion to accept my council honorable delegate Herman Daniel to report motion issues.
Hold on. To respond, Nicholas.
Not only surely for the big office.
哦，这些阿都 Fern 都
Discussion.
Fern 都 Herman 都Shirley 啊在 combine 这个的我
Okay.
but 这边差了一点呢 otherwise we'll go ahead and
I know a lot of you are, my presentation was really fast and quick. And I was also at the same time thinking you were aware of this ARPA money, yeah? The insurance report and everything. So that's why I thought you guys were aware of it. So, Francisca, so I know I already said I did my research. I did my research with ARPA experts. And they told me to do the contracts. Right now, there's 3 of them here. And where I'm not going to select them myself. It's going to be the people that are going to be selecting them. So, and now that he's going to answer his phone, he's not going to be listening to me. But that's how it's going to be. I'm going to run with these papers. I'm going to run with it. And whatever invoice we get, I'm going to take it to Windsor Rock and ARPA office. It doesn't go to the chapter house. Like them, they did these tractors. It was all taken care of it. I think a couple of them are here. They just fill it out and then they take it to Windsor Rock. They probably email it. So really, in reality, Windsor Rock has the money. It's not at our chapter house, like the discretionary housing funding, scholarship funding, EP funding. And at chapter house. Well, it's not even at the chapter house. It's at the bank at Wells Fargo. Utah Trust Fund's money is at landing in the state of Utah. So I'm not getting any money for it. I am volunteering my time for you guys. And I really want to get this done. I'm thinking about you guys. Some of Sunday we don't get paid $1,500, $1,600 every 2 weeks. We barely get $400 every 2 weeks or $600. But it doesn't happen. I think the snaps I heard that snaps. You're gonna start working for it. So just to let you know, the other thing is I want to clear this too. So me and Herman, we were there. Carol was always with us. 20 acres. The state of Utah bent it's not 36, section 36, it belonged to Utah. Chapter house. We don't want to give it to Navajo Nation. We sent this one, and Helen's crew wanted the building shop. Amphitheater. That was the only way Utah was going to give us the land. And then Utah didn't put in all that money. Guess who put in a lot of money? Arizona ADOT put in the most money. Navajo Nation tourism. All that was in a binder too. Certifications I did. Binder I don't know what happened to them. So I was told, oh, you home site lease. We asked for Utah Trust Fund for $30,000 and they approved it for people to get their home site lease. Start date, I don't know what happened to it. But I heard that some of them ended up in the trash. Some of the housing application ended up in the trash. I left with nothing. Probably just not even an Oljato pen. Just to let you be aware, because how long I'll be tired behind now. I want to clarify it because I was there then. So Peggy, the Ahon Jonan Hasadana, she just left too. So, Ava Daishaji.
No,
Oh,
no
he
more.
had a question.
No more. That's it. That's
Okay.
wait that motion either.
So if you
Okay,
have
we
any
can take it to a
questions,
vote.
so if you have any questions, ask.
Motion to accept the vote, including.
Oh, so we'll go ahead. Second.
Thought it was
Okay,
the
the
report
motion.
that was accepted.
Motion needed that, anybody second? Second? Okay, then. Ruby.
Since we have 1 minute, we're gonna start house meeting, town hall meeting. To go over these ARPAs. I'm looking at next week. I can ask for.
No more discussions. Thank you.
Two Tuesday or
Keep it up.
Vote
So, Ava Daishaji.
in favor. Okay, accept, the reports from these guys. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 in favor. And then Butzajan or Yashai. 1. Auto abstain, Shai. 1, 2 then. So 2, okay. You got cat. Get the
You said Ruby was the first one. Who was the second?
Nelson's the first.
So Ruby team.
Adoshe, we'll go back to our agenda number 8, new business resolution. All business 8 then lah. Yes, Carl.
You need to change that contractor.
Abi,
Are they willing to do as built?
resolution 吧，好像是。
Resolution of the Oljato chapter OLJ 12, 8.1 OLJ 12-01-2025-MB1, requesting the support and approval from Oljato chapter for the removal of tamash trees along Sand Spring Wash and Jimson Creek in the Monument Valley area. Whereas one pursuant.
Hold on, I think we lost 4. No, yeah, that was cheap, yeah. 1, 2, 3, are you a voter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, we lost quorum. All voters at the Chile, all voters for Oljato.
What are we voting on?
Where's this? I'm just we lost quorum, I think. So I'm trying to get we have to have 25 people in order to continue our meeting. So we need to count the people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just tell me you want to vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We're barely on the borderline. But I'm not it yet. We lost quorum now. Okay. Go ahead now.
One pursuant to Title II Navajo Nation Code, NNC subsection 4001, the Oljato chapter is established and certified as a local government entity of the Navajo Nation vested with authority to review all matters affecting the chapter and submit appropriate recommendations to the Navajo Nation government or other local agencies by resolution. And 2, pursuant to Title 26 NNC Chapter 1 Navajo Nation Code, Chapter Subsection 1B1 and 2, the Navajo Nation Council delegated to the chapter governmental authority with respect to local matters consistent with Navajo law, including custom and tradition, and allows chapter to make decisions to govern with responsibility and accountability to community membership. And the Oljato chapter advocates in the best interest of its community member that local residents are known and the leaders of the Oljato chapter know its members and identify them by their name. And 4, the Oljato chapter is actively working to aim cleanliness within the community and to preserve the area. 5, tamarisk trees are recognized for their significant water usage, which adversely impacts the local water supply, particularly as Oljato is experiencing drought. And 6, tamarisk trees are recognized for their ability to modify soil condition by elevating soil salinity, which possesses difficulties for the survival of native vegetation. And 7, once tamarisk trees have been proliferated, the remaining debris is regulated as highly flammable. And 8, eliminating these invasive tamarins is essential for the restoration of the natural flora and fauna that are being suffocated by these aggressive intruders. And 9, the removal of the tamarisk will contribute to the preservation of biodiversity and stability in Sand Spring Wash, thereby safeguarding it for the future generation. And 10, the Bureau of Indian Affairs Western Navajo Agency branch of Natural Resource possesses the authority to take action and is motivated to execute a strategic plan for the removal of these tamarisk trees by implementing safe methods to avert their resurgence. In this context, community involvement is advantageous as it allows community members the opportunity to engage in the conversation efforts. And 11, through collaboration, we can rejuvenate the equilibrium of our cherished landscapes, safeguarding them for additional damage, and encourage our local grazing official to prioritize the eradication of tamarisk trees to reinstate the natural springs of Monument Valley. Now, therefore, be it resolved that 1, the Oljato chapter hereby approves and accepts the removal of tamarisk trees along Sand Spring Wash and Gypsum Creek. 2, to encourage our local grazing officials to prioritize the eradication of tamarisk trees along to reinstate the natural springs of Monument Valley certification.
Motion. Carol. Carol, second. Carl, now go ahead. A question now, after the second. He leave a resolution that he get that. Is she outside? So, you know anything about it?
It would be the grazing, because she's in that department, and they're supposed to communicate with each other.
Glad?
This is the first step.
That's the first step though. So after so what's the lot though? There's all not good order. Okay.
This one is Nelson's permit number, and this is his first name, middle name, and last
All
name.
those are not those. The that nice conversation she did the go yat for science period yat want to go ahead. They create now had all this one. No. Even the resolution had the yard. We want to go here. Last time plan near that neck a job and job out of the resolutions it so it is
Oh, okay. I have an update. Um, so there is, I do have a little note here. It says I would have to notify my neighbors that reside around Lily Luna, who holds a grazing permit that Sand Spring is located on. This is to notify that everybody is aware of the process and the planning procedures of the removal of the tamarisk growth along Sand Springs and further washes. This resolution has been approved by the officials during the planning meeting held on December 7th, 2025. These are the following neighbors with their grazing permits: Bonnie, Charlie, Effie Yazzie, Verna Yazzie, Lorraine Black, Linda Jackson, and Nelson Black with the grazing number 81262 Lee Yazzie. If there are any corrections that need to be made, call Miss Lorenza Donnell at 928-429-9269 or email her at renzyd79@gmail.com. So it looks like one of the grazing official had approved the removal of a tamarisk tree in that area.
who's a good
Yeah.
Great.
Nelson Black,
Okay.
81262 Lee and Unazi.
This agrees with the left right there.
Oh, I meant to say grazing permit number.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
And
Hot enough for me. The person out of Kida. Another production area for the data. We'll go ahead and take it to a vote. And all of them in favor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Harold Tellis and second is Carl Holiday.
Okay, let's raise the hand for a quorum.
Oh, you can count my vote. I don't know. Jada.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24,
4.
which makes 25. So,
Did you
23 in favor.
Did you count my mom?
Okay.
Did you count her?
Yeah.
Oh.
23 in favor. Okay, it's on to know, yeah, I oppose. Auto abstain, right? On our agenda, we're gonna have one less. So, here's the other, to be that, not abstain, off the top. You didn't vote, huh, last time? Young lady, you didn't vote, huh? But you voted, and it's ready saying that you're a voter. So you're gonna abstain or you're gonna vote in favor? In favor? Okay, 24 in favor,
0 opposed.
0 opposed, 1 abstention.
That's 25.
Okay, next one, 8.2.
Okay.
Get these resolutions in.
Resolution of the Oljato Chapter, Resolution number OLJ 1202-2025-MB2. The Oljato Chapter requesting Utah Navajo Trust Fund UNTF to assist Sister Charlie with comprehensive housing assistant families. This is not it. Let me see.
It is Ruby King.
Okay. To us, to assist Rubia team with comprehensive housing assistant families residing in Oljato Chapter, San Juan County, Utah, and is a registered member of the Oljato Chapter. Whereas 1, pursuant to the Title 26 Navajo Nation Code, NNC, subsection 4001D and 4028A, and B, the Oljato Chapter is established and certified as a local government entity of the Navajo Nation vested with authority to review all matters affecting the chapter and submit appropriate recommendation to the Navajo Nation government or other local agencies by resolution. And 2, pursuant to Title 26 NNC Chapter 1 Navajo Nation Chapter with subsection 1B 1 and 2, the Navajo Nation Council delegated to the chapter governmental authority with respect to local matters consistent with Navajo law, including custom and tradition, and allows chapter to make decisions to govern with responsibility and accountability to community members. And the Oljato chapter advocates in the best interest of its community members and residents are known, and the leaders of the Oljato chapter know its members and identify them by their name. And 4, the Oljato chapter is actively working to enhance the quality of life for families living without running water and electricity by advocating for comprehensive home with the families in need. And 5, to support this initiative, the Utah Navajo Trust Fund administers housing assistance for the eligible Utah Navajo beneficiaries under Utah Administration Code R661-7, which includes funding for the construction of a new complete home. And 6, Ruby Teen is a qualifying Utah Navajo beneficiary and resident of the Oljato chapter, holding an approved home site lease for a parcel of land and located at the following coordinates with latitude and longitude, as verified by the Oljato Chapter Housing Committee. And 7, the Oljato Chapter Housing Committee has reviewed the applicant's documentation and determined that the housing application is complete and meets all chapter and UNTF eligibility requirements. And 8, the Community Service Coordinator, Carolyn Begay, has reviewed and confirmed that the housing application for Ruby 18 is complete and accurate, including the approved home site lease. And 9, the UNTF has confirmed that the applicant's file is complete and ready for consideration for housing construction assistance. And 10, the Oljato chapter recognized the importance of supporting the community members who have completed all housing application requirement and therefore supports the construction of a complete new home of approximately square feet, which is consistent with the UNTF standards housing specification. Now, therefore, be resolved that the Oljato chapter hereby approve and accepts that the Navajo Nation Trust Fund approve funding and construction of a complete home, 1,456 square feet for beneficiary applicant Rubia Teen at the home site with the home site lease location and a home site lease approved and copy attached. Certification.
Motion. Carl. Do I hear a second? Carol. That's not
Why do you spell their name? Is it the same?
Carl and Carol.
C-A-R.
O-L
Oh.
for Carol, and then Carl C-A-R-L.
Okay, got it.
Not for real.
Want to make sure it's right for the resolution.
Okay, Rosa nadat kilo render dija. All in favor?
You can count my whole.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Where's she at? How do you
25.
accountable for it?
You can
24.
25.
24 and opposed? No abstain, Aisha. Two abstention and 23, 24 Tashina. 24 in favor, 2 opposed, 2 abstention. Okay, next one.
OLJ 1203-2025-MB3, authorizing and supporting the Oljato chapter and the District 8 Grazing Committee member to implement an indefinite feral horse, stray, and unclaimed livestock removal program in efforts to improve the ecological health and productivity of the Navajo rangeland for present and future generation of the Navajo people of Oljato chapter service area. Whereas one, the Navajo Nation Department of the Fish and Wildlife have identified 38,000 horses through an official survey. Two, the Bureau of Indian Affairs branch of Natural Resources Vegetation Studies reveal the land cannot sustain. Three, the excess population of feral horses and stray livestock are causing deterioration and depletion of resources on Navajo Nation grazing lands, which include wildlife ecological damage, water resources, rangelands, and sacred sites at a rapid speed. Four, inadequate availability of rangeland forage cause livestock to seek within highway right of way, creating a dangerous driving environment, resulting in injury, death, and property damage. Five, free roaming stallions, bills, and other livestock create a public safety issue for children, elders, and individuals enjoying the outdoor environment. Six, to encourage volunteer livestock removal for Navajo families with limited resources to market their livestock. Seven, the Oljato chapter recognizes there are livestock producers who are willfully in livestock trespass. Eight, the Oljato chapter aspires to honor and comply with all Navajo Nation grazing regulations and the support of Navajo ranchers and producers in attempts to provide an opportunity for economic reciprocity. 9, the Navajo Nation Code, Title 3, Chapter 7, Subsection 1311, Livestock or Equine Roundup procedures and requirements set forth legal regulation. Now, therefore, be resolved that 1, the Oljato chapter authorizes the grazing official, the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Resource Enforcement, the Department of Fish and Wildlife, and the Bureau of Indian Affairs branch of Natural Resources to assist with all livestock removal activities. 2, the Oljato chapter encourage human methods of entrapment, but utilized throughout their livestock removal program. 3, right-of-way will be continuously patrolled for livestock and trespass. 4, the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Resources Enforcement shall plan and coordinate voluntarily livestock sales. 5, the Oljato, the Navajo Nation shall comply with 3 NNC Chapter 7, subsection 1311. 6, the Navajo Nation shall assist with transportation for individual in need of resources to market their livestock upon availability of resources. 7, the implementation of the feral, stray, and unclaimed livestock removal program that shall be indefinite certification.
Yeah, han that is kaida. What that be plenty. A resolution. kadelia hot ya hot eso is hot elo le motion tower Thai Titus and Ruby. أنا أضفت كده عشان أضفت كده كاو
هذا بشكل كان شيء إذا كان لديه خيرنا ولا زنا لا لا
Hey, Tobek, got the Asha.
تو بدأت يتلدي شيء نال بلوشي أو تي بهان دا جيه كده بدأ لا تشاهد كده دا شيء لايف ستاك إيش هي لا كاشي دو شيء دو بدأت إيش بدأت يتلدي إيه بدأت إيش ده يا نول كا هذا إيه نافونيشن فرنجر قبل ده يا
Never whole nation that die off shit, not stop.
إيه هو تأسو إيش إيه بيرسون دي لا تقول نافونيشن
What do you do with it? So, yeah, yani karı abi ne var? Jadi hani gitti. Tira chess illagi. Bag och att na fan. Aşı ya da ne şkafo aşı şketan zay. Annen and or yes with the 30 days. Check or in the non dollar. So ta ya ranger kala dili namoy do ye ape mani sande do ne aro shine ya ha de no tachin
إيه كذا أظن هو هو تخاشين قدر يروح
so na do ya da ji ya $1,000 a head. The on needable memo nani the ya sa na la the next week in the bash I quit na sa na so stocks and American stocks na none they fluctuate and depending on how you people act or how you people take care of your local permit that so it's a big echo. So shahana if a call yeah I'm not sure. The Wednesday the Thursday go a meeting go the issue yeah that ski ko. Hol jishigi job hada shende to ya shuda. Change it's aro كيف نادا هدش شو هشي نادا تينا
طانا أنا ويدا شازنيتش إيه هذا يبقى هينس إنdia different horses دي دون ده هالكلمة ده دون ده نشيله مثلا توا سنة drought we're in a big drought so Navajo Nation I think they're gonna uplift resolution that the electoral not in there إيش يقول إيه يعني
Not and they 2 months ago I done this year's
عشان هذا هالكلمة زي so إذا يهودا تانا يأت بعد سيتين بياتي إيش هذا بعض إذا يهودا عشان إيه عشان ما تشوفين شو تسا إيجا هذا هيك هذا بند ديجا أوه
شيلت إشعة شيلت البيهنا فيها شيطان سبورت فيها هاشي هو تيها سكيشتا صاير نعم نشاط الله تيوتا but I don't really struggle it happened like 2 times that's
Oh.
Trello I don't think you step your go on my hand it's a job as you know all these times as you go then you去了的天都在这里是是的全安理学或者什么神这个的话I don't know let's say, along with the coating. But the another best love is the child that I lawyer. I try to do stuff. But it's all overnight, let's go to shop at it's not that on the turn of that idea. One of the things from the they said there was three vacuum. I quite 8% of brand because I think you're all chip heavy. So that's all on it's I think you watch everyone on. So first of all, that's to be responsible for kids. Make sure you close the gate.
state brand state brand 呀，AD
，state brand
这是这 AD 到那样的，这by Amazon这边just on 那家，state brand you can get it. I know now nation don't observe it, but the way the thing they keep on the now the thing they get ya, called the permits by the definition. So quite not actually, but permits by the definition. In a way, go can what I want the she is that ocean this. Suggestion they don't have a permit, a grazing permit. So for what the heck on a zenigi, yeah, you get what the Hampshire district they can have the Johnson, yeah. In a so I'll get Holland from me, have to do the yeah. What's that? Okay, that state brand that covers the whole thing. But has certainly enjoyed. But na way the auto na vadi had made I know starting something she that day because you was down but but it hasn't they shown me
So, was your name a part of this housing
Yeah.
discretionary
Oh,
plan
yeah.
for the archaeological claim?
so okay
No.
all right that Benedict Justin
Think
goes on now to
plan
the secretary vote
plan for every- oh, you-
all in favor for this bill for horses to be captured. One,
the
two,
meeting
three,
had
4,
adjourned,
5,
remember,
6,
when they
7, 8,
left? Mhm.
9,
But
10,
they-
11, 12, 13,
So what I do,
14, 15,
so
16, 17, 18,
to
19,
have
20,
a
21, 22,
resolution,
23,
I need one.
24,
So
25.
then you
Here's
give
I.
me your supporting documents. I gave it
26,
to you, remember? And then this is
27,
what's gonna happen. So then I write
28,
the resolution for you.
You in favor?
Yes.
29. Are you the Nazi? Nazi doesn't ban picture.
Do it together
Sergeant, no,
to
yeah,
make sure
hi.
all the information is correct.
Hello, abstention,
And
yeah.
then I put
1,
forward
2, 2.
Does that make sense? I'm not sure I'm not sure I was.
29 in favor, 0 opposed, 2 abstention. 8.4.
Okay. I'll talk to you. I'm gonna read the resolution. 8.4 OLJ 1204-2025-MB4 approving and supporting 10 Oljato chapter members with $600 each from the Housing Discretionary Fund, 09 for archaeological clearance and land surveys needed for home site leases. Whereas one pursuant to 2 Navajo Nation Code NNC Section 4001, the Oljato chapter is duly recognized and certified chapter of the Navajo Nation government, and 2 pursuant to 26 NNC Chapter 1 Navajo Nation Chapter Section 1B1 and 2, the Navajo Nation Council delegated to chapter governmental authority with respect to local matters consistent with Navajo law, including custom and tradition, and allows chapter to make decisions to govern with responsibility and accountability to community membership. And 3, the Oljato chapter advocates in the best interest of its community members in need of financial assistance in order to complete their home site lease. 4, the constituents have submitted a request to the Oljato chapter for archaeological clearance and land surveys This is necessary for them to finalize their home site lease documents. Completing these documents will allow them to access various services, including housing, power line installation, water line connections, septic tank assistance, leach field supports, and other types of assistance that requires home site leases. 5, the Oljato chapter recognizes the need for this assistance for the monetary benefit to chapter constituents, but also to receive help to maneuver through the complicated requirement of the Navajo Nation homesite lease process. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Oljato chapter hereby approves and support 10 members of the Oljato chapter to each receive $600 from the Housing Discretionary Fund 09 to cover the cost of archaeological clearance and land survey needed for home site leases. Certification.
Motion. Carl. Get off cash. It's a bank. So the home site lease is a space of we get just got no 10 people. I die 9 people did so I shot a it's in the yeah, documents in here, only what Asian call. Okay, the kind of $600 from each how each other best of how to it discretionary funds that best of it then that was cut yeah it best of it how to so it is what home side this is yeah so call motion either in the second Rose Ado Tafanado Fidoshi ended or just out of nothing vote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25. Auto abstention or yeah, auto abstention, 1, 2, 1.
8.5 OL J1205 2025 NB5. Supporting and approving of the Oljato Chapter Housing Discretionary Fund in the amount of $4,000 to purchase materials for building materials for home repair projects for Arlene Thomas, a registered member of the Oljato Chapter. Whereas 1, pursuant to 26 NNC Section 3A, the Oljato chapter is a duly recognized certified chapter of the Navajo Nation government, as listed at 11 NNC Part 1, Section 10, and 2, pursuant to 26 NNC Section B, the Oljato chapter is vested in the authority to review all matters affecting the community and to make appropriate corrections when necessary and make recommendations to the Navajo Nation and other local agencies for appropriate actions. And 3, the Oljato chapter advocates in the best interest of its community members that local residents are known and leaders of the Oljato chapter know its members and identify them by their name. And 4, the Oljato chapter's goals and obligation to the residents in the overall improvement of economic, community, and infrastructure development is to upgrade the standard of living. And 5, the Oljato chapter realizes the urgent need for basic residential renovation and construction services for Navajo families living in remote and rural areas of the Oljato chapter community. And it is in the best interest of the Oljato chapter to provide assistance to its members with home improvement projects to sustain their homes in a habitable condition. And 7, the assistant will be extended to member Arlene Thomas for the procurement of materials essential to complete roof repair project to her residence located within the Oljato Monument Valley, Utah. Now, therefore, be resolved that 1, Oljato chapter hereby accepts and approves the allocation of the Housing Discretionary Fund 09 in the amount of $4,000 to assist Arlene Thomas for the procurement of building materials to complete the roof repair project to her residence located within the Oljato chapter of Monument Valley, Utah.
Yeah, one with that other place okay, Arlene Thomas today, $4,000 okay. Is she yeah able gonna the done that or that even yeah but peso yok but peso yok here though it is what I don't doesn't out of oh motion Titus, and then who's it? The one. Rosalie. Oh yeah, Rosalind.
Rosalie who?
Rosalind.
Rose,
Questions, comments?
I have a question and comment. The budget hasn't been approved for any of these funds, and um, I don't even know what the amount is in our accounts because we haven't gone to the administration to review these budgets to see if we have money available. I don't think we have anything. The carryover budget is not in. We need to get that approved first before you guys vote on it. And your secretary treasurer has to know what's in the accounts, which I haven't seen. Otherwise, we might go into the negatives and it's an audit finding, another audit finding.
Okay.
That's a good question. It's up to
Anybody
you
else?
guys.
I don't think we should.
Even if there's not enough money and it zeroes out of that account, and I don't think it will, she can just be added to a list, waiting list. So I would like to see this approved.
Okay. Has an audit. Vote that in favor. Then that's me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 in favor. Opposed or opposed? Sergeant or Yai? Anybody? Abstain, Shine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 25, 0, and 4. Yeah, resolution. Reports 9.1 chapter president Will Spagay. Actually, I'm not gonna do reports because you got that one. That's the kiddo. Views out this kid, so later enough in the house. So I'll just go ahead and move my report. Out of chapter vice president. Hey, yeah. Hold on. So out of chapter secretary treasurer. Now that one that's it in the bank. Ashkondi. We Flagstaff. What's an agency? We call the bank.
So the points of my reports that I do have, you attended that one. You can give it. I have a different type of report to move.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. So for the budget reports, I know it's been tabled since October of 2024. And I received two different types of reports, the balance sheets with different numbers. So that's definitely questionable. It's over there. And we do have a stall on the financial reports for the monitoring. So that way, which requires my signature. So that way I have eyes on the accounts for each of the funds, and it tells me how much funds is available. I'm able to look at the checks that are signed. I'm able to look at the invoices. It's like a ledger. I made those attempts in the past 30 days, and I haven't seen them yet, but I'm still trying. And then earlier today, we were talking about resolutions being misplaced, projects not being moved forward. And I just want to let you guys know again, for the second time, it's up to the people, that at 12:37, I gave the resolutions for the November to your president, Willis Begay. I asked for a signature, And according to Title 26, it is recommended that I get all the documents and I'm able to retrieve a copy for myself. So that way, when documents do go missing, I'm able to provide the copy. So since your president took those resolution and didn't sign it and give them back to me, I'm just letting you guys be aware that he does have it in his possession. It's in his planner. So from there, you guys all know that he has a November resolution. That way, when you guys know that I'm doing my part. That's it.
Question. Okay.
Do you, as a secretary, record these as they're approved?
I do record them as they are approved, but I think it's the signatures that the documents on the resolutions and the signatures. As secretary treasurer, it's my duty and my obligation to accept all of them and to return them at the administration. So when that does happen, I'm able to make a copy of it. And when resolution and documents go missing, I can provide that copy. So I'm letting you know right now that the originals are in the care and in the hands of your president. So if resolutions do somehow grow legs and go missing, I just want you guys to all be aware that the November resolutions are in your president's care right now. And that means I will not be able to retrieve copies for you guys or have a backup copy for myself. It would be nice if your president can confirm that he has a resolution.
That
Yeah, that's it.
okay. Oh, let's talk about this. The reports there. نقول واحد شيء شان ده لها أداء قاندا جهات خزرقة هذا إن نقول قاندا سكريشن أجل جو هذا كاي بايتكي هذا نيجي نقول ده ناس يوم من الحزيبي بتاع بشدة بحري يوم نقول ده كذا أساتي بكذا يكون إذا دوناتي دان كديني من نافع حزي أكو هذا even in area I'm just keeping it neutral you have other about this thing all that so what that's all station administration or leadership in the out that also by that she okay what that's good سنة صار هذا شيء هذا خلنا هذا في شيء ناس نعندهم chapter manager Carolyn McGee reporting كذا
Willis, I have a question.
oh
Gee, this, the last time I saw you, let's see, Kennedy family, I don't know,
oh
for TV, none of those, okay, it's really important for the vice president's signature, especially for you.
oh
The top. And then in all the meeting minutes, or resolution that. So we need
oh
should insert a recall in your name, so we need a new one. The Donna Japan start.
oh
Then, for the Dina, in the year meeting, but for the number of the other resolution that. Other they don't even care. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can't do that. Meaning that then, so I don't know, it's
oh
signature is really important. And all three, four from advice. And probably has to go.
yeah yeah all right that's helpful
Chapter manager. I'm writing to provide an update regarding the activities and progress of the Oljato administration for the month of November. In November 2025, the chapter
Administration's PEP employees successfully completed the drywall project for 2 community families as part of the Navajo Tribal Utility Authority's Narrow Canyon project or power line project. They also initiated 2 flooring projects in the Narrow Canyon and Promise Rock areas. For the community turkey trot event held on November 19, 2025, I traveled to Page, Arizona to acquire 300 turkeys, which were subsequently distributed to 250 families at the chapter administration building, and an additional 50 received turkeys through the food box deliveries. Same day on November 19, I attended the Utah Navajo Trust Fund Board of Trustees and the Net Advisory Committee meeting virtually. During this meeting, it was reported that the Oljato chapter currently has a Navajo Revitalization Fund balance of $1,082,864.14. Additionally, Oljato chapter president Willis Gay has been elected to a new board member of the Navajo Revitalization Fund. Unfortunately, no resolutions were received to advance the chapter projects, and as a result, no projects for the Oljato chapter moved forward at this time. On November 24, 2025, a wood pallet distribution event was held during which 25 families received 4 bags of wood pallets each, supporting their heating need as winter approaches. Throughout November, 20 families were able to collect either 5 1-gallon container of water or 1 case of bottled water. Furthermore, 4 families received 4 5-gallon blue water jugs. I personally hand delivered 3 financial statements, summary budgets to actual combining balance sheet and combined statement of revenue and expenditures on Friday, November 14, 2025. During the visit by chapter Secretary Treasurer Twyla Medicine to the chapter administration building. It's worth noting that the chapter secretary treasurer did not review the monthly financial reports from January to October 2025 during this visit. Reports were provided during this visit with her. Chapter officials have not reviewed the monthly financial report for November 2025. Additionally, the chapter or the financial reports from January to present require signatures and reviews from the chapter vice president and chapter secretary treasurer, which have not yet been completed, along with original resolutions dating May 2025 to the present are still outstanding and have not been to chapter administration. As of October 30, 2025, the chapter administration is still in process of transitioning from previous administrative maintenance specialist Polly Crane, who resigned from her position on Wednesday, December 10, 2025. I participated in on Wednesday, December 10, 2025, I participated in an unannounced informal aggressive meeting with the senior programs and project specialists from the Kayenta and Tuba City Division of Community Development Administrative Service Center. This date was set aside for the Tuba City Administrative Service Officer to process overdue payments for chapter employees, as well as for vendors related to Oljato utility bills and projects scheduled by the Administrative Service Center delegated department manager to the day prior. During this meeting, I was informed that chapter community service coordinators are not permitted to access the MIP accounting software. Due to this new information or policy, I was unable to provide the 3 chapter financial statements for the month of November 2025 to chapter officials, as I am committed to adhering to the Navajo Nation laws, policy, and regulations. Once I receive the authorizations and steps to obtaining the chapter financial statements, it will be promptly posted on the community board outside the chapter administration building. A copy will be readily available upon request. I appreciate your understanding. I confidently navigate these challenges and work diligently to maintain transparency in our operations. What's that?
Motion.
Motion.
No comments here.
I have a comment.
So we'll just leave it the way it is.
Well, I just would like to make it clear because she did stated transparency. And I think that's very important for our community to be transparent with them. She had included that I did not come into the administration and I did not sign these and review these budget reports. I'm letting you know that I have made attempts and I've scheduled not only an appointment with her, but with her supervisor as well. She was well aware of us coming to the administration to review these reports, and her upper management gave her directive. We went there and she just walked away, locked her office door and walked away. So I think transparency is very important. And I'm sorry. I would like for her to know that I am sorry for her feelings of being whatever she's alleging. But those are not my intentions as Secretary Treasurer.
Okay.
So the last attempt that I was in the administration was December 12th from 9:30 to 10 a.m. That was the last attempt to review them.
Okay. Nasan Dolly. Senior Citizen Center, Bonnie Crank, absent. Community Health Representative, Sarah Fat. Veterans Organization, you have anything, Titus? Okay. Let's see, Jean Holiday, absent. Housing Committee, Helen Myerson, absent. Rosie?
Randy, can Randy do?
No,
the
he's gonna
report?
do his own. He's not on the Housing Committee.
Oh, okay. Well, like my last report, we're still waiting for all the resolutions that were approved for the 19 applicants. They're requesting for housing and we haven't seen anything from your office. We still like to see what the status is on the listing. I mean, so we can move on. I understand there's been other selections being made. And that's not the way to do business. You finish what we gave you 2 years ago. Give us a feedback on what's going on with this list. That's all we're requesting.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I know reporting like I know what as far as my young kiddo Bahanasi. I know first of all I don't have an office. I know the administration yeah no but that's that's English we have a separation of powers yeah sati as plaza. Because the officials they could eat and eat later for the other. That not so soon that the hagi could have so con ya cabinet on resolution immediately the land that is ne other Sunday in 8 years or 8 minutes within 10 days so yeah not jack down nearly and later can have a house yeah for the million whole report yet spend since May and actually an decade no report either but constant was change even yeah but particular but your question is 29 applicants. I'm with you on that. I need because the net job بعد ينزل ده هو أنا ناس إنه تحت دي كتلا هو بالكان لا تخش عند تحضرني كتش نب كبرش نب كتش ده نب أني ك هذا بانسيت إيه شيء دي كذي إيه تنه وجه هو عنده يبشر دي شيء بس لازم بديني di qua peso in che di chi così che seco e scegliate ad un della nahawajijo vedini a pratica da resolution ka così fa sign ishado così national ko yasha e she faja da resolution ya faja shi ni de 是的，要是把还是你觉得还是一个，或者也诺打汉的 UNTF 的，就一个人拿到一道的都，拿不到的第that meaning 比较拿到的，就也拿到的，的 State of Utah 个别的，因把还是the housing committee，就要是上的比较好，我看还是打那哈个，我好，sign 的啥呀？我hachi johdata joina to ina likra bayas kige asari ba hint on yat etchia chonde da wani da ni asar ba na te ishin yin na ba na ta da ni so ba da shan na deshke hadi ka so hai ka so de evda
Can you give us a thorough report
oh
on the next chapter meeting?
oh I need to sit down with you guys to have a meeting
The name that
oh Helen hon up the in the over busy though دي ما حدا عدنا قلنا نسوا ايه دي هدا ايه هو زي شيء
3 of us that can meet with you.
اه ايه all right ايه دي هدا
So we do want to have something going on
mm
this list that 2 years is late, no feedback, but
oh
I do appreciate your, at least you're telling us a little bit about the
mm
procedure, but don't soggy paper, like if it's late, don't let.
mm
All you need to do if you have access to the budget and what have you, if there's a problem, let us know.
so
But those applications were complete.
oh
Everything that Utah Trust Fund needs,
mm
but if there's a problem, we're not hearing anything about them.
oh okay that all right then فحصيل صح
With the 19
like hold on hold on
oh, I thought you said it.
oh ايه ده بقى يعني كيجي يا August ده August ده يعني the last before the administration ده يعني ده بلان تأسيس أتا Secretary Treasurer صدق هيدي from August, September, October, November, December 5 months resolution ده طبعا كأنن data Vice President Secretary Vice President Gene Holiday had to go back and those resolutions those minutes though إلا هذا عند الناس بإلني أكو that those resolutions that ما نفيد الشيء فبعض زندتش أدون كأننا ako kod ata yada bukeda kod the secretary documents potato documents ananja don ne nata do ya ne jada ado ya hosna da shi jo le ha shi me ho je da the resolutions that or hard slate or the meeting na slash don so are approved na de ja and me ya kad na na tan je ka ba yan ki ya na na Kaja Johada Kashidana Donasaka. So that's where it's at. Ako they all the Oshkidite. Although I don't know, oh, she a hidden nature, she doesn't ask. It doesn't nature, administration doesn't nature. That's where you guys are at. Oh, that's all.
As a committee and some of the applicants' resolutions approved the Leon's job. If we were to hand it, I'm afraid to hand anything to this office anymore, but we have copies.
Mm.
Just for your signature, so that happened.
Just administration is your idea nature here. All the packets. He as well for here. But this can be at our own meeting. Just for one, it's all done. That's something.
Just have a quick question.
Went to that meeting in Blanding. I got up and I spoke about my application. Tony Day showed us on the screen what applications he had, and he said there were documents, a lot of documents missing. There was 2 pages that he showed us what's on later. We're like, who are those people? How come we're not aware of this? Pushing the budget, pushing the bazenda. Autumn later, chapter that. I had a meeting with Carolyn. I said, this application almost exhausted. My resolution is right here. Give me a copy. She gave me a copy of my resolution. It has everyone's signature on it. It's just sitting there. What is wrong with her? Trash beat that these men. That's how we feel, Willis.
Okay. Oh,
For the 19 resolution, is that is she talking about the ones that was passed in March of 2025 this year? Oh, okay. So I wouldn't have any before I came. Okay. Yeah. What do you know what month it was in? What month? With the 19 applicants resolution? Okay, that's fine.
okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Hold that. Auto 9.10, Head Start, Mary DeGay, absent. Navajo County Board of Supervisors, Fern Benali, San Juan County Commissioner, Sylvia Stebbs, absent. Board of Utah Navajo Health System, Larissa Jackson. First one named in that kid now.
Thank you for staying as long as you can. I just thank you.
Akoyat eto sheha koe o tsi segondet ohdish koto keha koen khano yani ki hawada we can shwata kayun de kiso akosh ya kuje zailis ange bitana health system kongahi ki aja board member noshta ado adequate that's the this Aftahi ya di afseda and is da it's a second November ita board retreat adega ako ande anam sahabi
I ask Pete Benjamin said it's now pending again.
Board chair do
But he said we need game. Is that his name? Yeah. Is it the
secretary, do treasurer, do vice chair. As Kate nada hidi ako de board chairs for 1 year. Ado Melinda Farley ella they Tisans Pasna added naga vice chair ado secretary Daryl Williams and ado treasurer Wilfred Jones hot ke da ede hotla ado kone ige chish ahdi hodno the people chish da ni higi haskatin do ba ashla wana khidot degot egisitwa akona so spinga hodno to koje clinic ja aja yan da hajicha ako edeya ado mammography hodgergo chide Chingan vena gen hadeniginde yonash kodes zinten edig at ascado le the modo de ginger ishin koje bena anistole agada la binya Ado clinic ega do ega do lestina din oyo kata do na din shla. Ado tatin do ba asa ayo kata. Ado asa ago di hanana zidiki asa ago yo kata do eda doles. Eda yan hit bahasin doles. Ado ega website hodlo sa shinda tsinda nas e ade e yati nanish nanish da hada de no e o ade sa the pushing is cakes in the dola oda for community engagement specialist a behavioral health the Montezuma Creek Health Center, Ado Home Health Program. Home Health ega education Nistahinetia de Ahawa de Wanda Sani Dohas Tweeda sa nanish asako ega satiana tahasho ado egisiga ape dohjota halyago ayeya tahanya natishpehta kwaje UNHS bilhaz anja be dejnish ahandi ale indanitni aja inga a home health program director assistant Kolya Satinzinla a co-director Aya Satinditi Ado triage registered nurse a full-time and they on the onto the makrita optometrist a war edal don't that's all yeah and John got kids and the lot they no they are not yeah and the age be ni hoshi age says an event jo sto sanzen ado dentist aging dawo na dentist kwaje zel sa anje sanzen ado EMT kwaje paramedic kwaje le skin ko khida ba do dasto bakado what ninja aja decreasing akojigi Monument Valley aja sanzen ado le Montezuma Creek de show he gish could shahan that's an that's kid a crochet ya kinte cheating shlenduk the nabashash chain but ahni dasha che do touching the shanada is sun and ado ako John Goshi Kashmish that lot left door Nihiana that do
I have a question. If you say you're looking for a dentist, is that hand-on training? Or
is that what?
hand-on training? It's like you have to be trained to be
You have to be licensed for this one.
all right.
Ready up? Okay.
I can't
Chat. Ado Shinasando, 9.14 San Juan County election liaison. LCD AI Taila. Ado 9. Presentation 9.15 NOS Council Delegate Herman Daniels AI Ta. Ado Legislative District Assistant Robert Black Jr. Absent. LDA. Ado Grazing Representative Laura Nahajijo.
it's not on it or not sausage and ro are in so kaigi the color for me is push off one five
Tagashi obe hita net do job and on into this ta e ya permit don che da lo na de treatment to the see do be to see do che da lo na do the bed of sun che da lo ko e di gi see behind any to get a ya the Department of Agriculture that teacher that is la a post that she had no the last month lego uh la halia so I NFR do NFR national it's da ya a di gi ho sin da sine do a ko ha she surrounding competition di sin da getting gi I hit that this not june Akoko HVH-1 outbreak hadiela. The horses which attended the WPRA World Finals and Elite Barrel Racing in Window Rock. On November 5th through the 9th. What that's la ko arowiya ho ya baka quite kid behind the ya he don da geda shin da open window nis or left window nis aro ya he job da chians da ne ko hare da the nehani ya bali no that's it bali gi bang aro khali yani ya yi khe da ya I le ha da ai ha ya sa da ai hai shon ko da ai di gi sto at sajun ne jo hat ha das na de gi ai hat ta jo mit smart bis that os na ne ebony na at sedan hisni la ye go o when the sleep and she of che adult o che da the wa ado na na such a go correl ki che he hat ni da anti e bni ana ga be it led ya ad asha hada ako had she na na ta e ko sa da adan sa da ad sin da khe ako di ba na sense no, not because do she di kat ani di approve de dia ya. Ya jo oil indefinite na la because that's not good which means hard da stop the she in the no more roundup though less but until then um the horse roundup jiggy ya what are the equine reward program haliego sa aliagi ya every weekend ya he sa should I so la da ta ya da nos caro de ya da nos caro I don't they for try do should do motorcycle I don't bend the done hala ya beach el ante asho da habdone do they show ako 80 out of a kitten they had all they sa da Virginia yeah si han da je ha jo da ya so nasla you are responsible if so animal neglect or medicine so has a lot out as an issue now but was reason though less um so let's see yeah that's enough color December 1st or December 8th or December 16th 15th it's called next Monday the 28th upon the she on the here how you go stallion 3 years on up a 250 bahid needle list No, mares, GA 150.
Yeah.
Donkeys, do mules, $100. Auto fillies, do colt 3 years and down, 3 years and younger, yeah, start $100. Bahid nila hat akiki, okay. Auto do lagi yeah.
1,000.
$1,000. Do bada di tlidigi yeah 1,000. Do o ada do do anahanya just that do bada di tlidi sa pada hatch do hata mashi ya hada bada no kan de hot do di tlidi do kichi ya kato ati no an tiene fama la edina ro be da hanzen aro to an ke ho do ke do ya 30 days go in that check how do guess na aro all ranger call asawa the cushion kids on either don na so do ba o tsuda that's the do to ha ishi be ba hayani gi do ba dia la ta beso ye ado shi the no the haitian veterinarian the ningi what ye yad on lista aro yeah November yeah da training it's food you the yeah last minute presenter such on about she's no ado da idea da Thursday but that's what are you talking about next week that's all on the TV the mm, the home site regulation GTA or but they don't need to install on the the there's only this that energy the shadow hard engine a case in the eighty by the need in the other Sunday the so and then and the for example yeah half a mile yeah and then you president official it was behas då nyskundsene obasa Department of Justice or they got all you all skideg SG skida zolja då bara hinns in då bara har drivna trava det har sydo då la han låda what ela Wednesday and Thursday meeting go the då sa kid and hit no that no then bahas that it might change on Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, I thought the bond and the on his I'm writing to clarify the CIA and I'm writing to clarify an important matter regarding grading permits within our district, which is necessary. As of this date, the Bureau of Indian Affairs has not issued a valid Navajo tribe grazing permit. Yeah, sa probate sa quiet title though the I thought alternate much like okay na this shadow non don't that's been ever since 2015 that's it yeah det annars det unity خاصني ابني ما ادري نص قارو فاضل change ده أكو ده شنو سألت تفاضل تو ده أنا شخص زين I thought that كيس هالشيء أرو According to the, according to a 2015 letter from the BIA regional director, which remains in effect, only permits officially issued by the BIA are considered valid. If a permit has not been issued properly, it cannot be recognized. We shouldn't have animals. We shouldn't have had a tally. BIA is in the process of transfer. But the mean that if you don't have an original big obligates, it's not valid until you receive your own official so the in the auto online. Well, there does not need a criteria. Okay, it's not recognized. While there may be references to a letter from BIA Regional Director Bart Stevens, I have not received a copy of the correspondence. However, the standing decision from BIA remains applicable and enforceable. So, don't find out later and هذا شخصون هذا بدأ من بشان كديني. I have a list. Not and here's the car. I don't check up that who's attending what. So I thought that in the door, say that they not learn the door, say all the so do ya so they even change not need a coco even there's even a stricter hauling Alija as of last week. I mean, Arlene a meeting this is done the a these so on key date opening nani a to date at said yeah in this meeting nini okay she explained okay but so for the time being okay she is the although so here goes BD conservation plan his no name a year to the Shinahania called 168 no a call first group connect he is only half of them showed up Auto Kone Yasayanan he is Auto another page that Yanan he is other almost a yaho kada. Be the conservation plan you have to have it, you must have it. Auto the amendment be the bold print whatever policy it was, whatever and let's say it was from an environmental assessment. It's auto issue or create a conservation plan based on how you fill out your conservation is your ticket to your permit. Either you reclaim it or you don't. A coco what's out to see the it shouldn't put the cheese at the same thing. Anyway, what's coco I don't so the heavenly to know for the ila turns a coco should that though I have right a coco a phone number I was willing to hand it out or strictly these questions or whatever Vì vậy chứ ta suy nó gì to vì vậy chứ ít khi ở bảo yêu take such a thing don't to be in that the crucial so man I don't know and فديت then he said I phone up at all a people had a sniffle ako hira ya hon no those go so those named all the has only the name on thought she also don't need a people probably has on those a dot bit that I'm not saying a I see back at the distance so a
Herd health, herd health.
hurt health a be yeah hurt health a shot last time saw uh record keeping no ADIC starting next month quite the yesterday meeting on see A Jonathan PowerPoint la ani Arlene A PowerPoint la A should send la big a permitting meeting hidden need ani ani no so hard of an agos get I get quite gosh ani was a bit Stent the snow on the sneer for permit the card the grazing committee was a bit one his ear the card on yeah it's your responsibility go post much either the asano zeno text much so phone did you I don't have an expensive phone but that was nonsense Arodi text och savishla ila asi bahatsidina och såna alltså fonten den att so what's akoko hopefully Phileas Kadashina 22 then next week or your has connect a bit the PowerPoint the shinigi because others are so sure that I don't so the the oh you've been on the show I'll just print it all paper home and there's a limited not so that near 50 does it develop this sheet or create or print this sheet I don't hope that 50 of you will come I don't so I don't conservation plan ningi story train in the don't just come to the training thinking that you will earn your permit do it no to the middle the transfer of plants that the non which represent the linear on do those projects I don't need that I call such go that the the house هذا شأني صاني never جوني هلا أخذ أجت هاري هذا هجر هاتزه أخذ جوهت أخذ دين أخذ شيء ولا إيش دين أيضا ده في خلاص فلا إيه أجون ندي كادش وجون لاشي أخذ إيش so إيه شيء أخذ كده شنيدم ده أرو حالين جيد إيه يا استو أيا يجو بتهبي لا قد إيه دي شيء لسه سيبو إيه قد إيه بيل أسيليا just quite they because they be question quite the not that in without aging and are are it lost it up bit or shit or what do again no notary question or action Saturday and Sunday notary office zero available though. Ebon ajunne. Eşi beni na atan kitte na job keda na sef keda na sa ko ya do fa wa shi de ni kisa. ناصي نام أظن أبدا سيكيلا أفكو إيش بيجي تعرفنا دولة جو أفهم إيه إيه عشان لا tomorrow
Yeah, reporting log. What's that? Cool. Sound antes que zaha. Ika khi on the who na chi hegi ya ta na ka do an da ya a ko ni ya a ko ta grazing permit be da ta ni do the home permit be da ta ni ha shi da be ba ho ti do le a ko la le early ni as le da a you believe ba na chi ha le da sha do and then da a ko ni sa ya in the lo chi te shi ni do ya a ko shi na sa se ba ta ni shi na or
Hey, the dog, this is your ticket. If you have horses, top one again, if I print this, if you have a bull, they will yell you if I print this, along with your driver's license, with your vehicle's full coverage, and you should have a cut now. What's Ella? Full coverage, your driver's license, and the hey, the sheen can cut this so shit bull, so
这些里面呢，
David, yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, should now find it one. No, so funny, should there be a yeah. It's to fix the land. The land is overgrazed. And we now about we are a financial resource. We did a kid on Thursday 2014 and I believe it was say raise the fish on love it on the Kenneth Johnson on the also combination they share that you guys all of you. I totally get speech. Although not on the here I read a resource hungry. All you guys like to hear the complaint with this speech. You guys don't even fix it. That's only for though on the little pocket of your GIA left the past resident official. They didn't tell station like what my sister is doing. They were afraid. I said that those ownership and never harm to others so they need to know. Hardly in the whole year, but every night, every word, all of yarn, the tumble with the process. So this report that my sister made is fixing the land. If I was just I will let you know the feeling of the feeling of shut for 7. You done nice major one different what I was one scientist. I don't know that she was a similar hundred like the farmer all members of farmer so the hospital with all monument valley sand particle it's not from father they just stand from monument valley down conformance the hospital so if you look at this conservation plan this drought continues on for the next 4 years if front will show on and the history given. Well, just pick up all the grading permit to the level where the land of the thorn may so has a so you guys need to be aware and that has to next take care of not stop and the meeting. On this report that she makes the comments that we need. Spec EFA, our original office. Jealous. Report back to Washington. Washington. But you will do something like that if you doesn't result in clear to learn to. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll try not to fill up after your meeting. Cause it. It's $7 late now, nobody did that. It is, we got here. Cause I know the pesha, I don't know things that.
Dude, it's not now this so
Oh yeah, dit hada shiki the shit.
Navajo Nation, I think that doesn't have to be in your area.
I'll concentrate on our area. Concentrate on it on day was all of
Yeah, dit hada shiki the shit. Anybody else?
a question. When Billy Charlie was the grazing official,
Eh?
I there was some cows in our area, grazing area, and it did kids should know. So when the cows came back in again, I took pictures, and it happened to be his sister's cows. Okay, what's out, Sean? What's out of a grazing area? They come in. There's horses that are out there. It got the fell horses. That's they couldn't. But that became big for the other, they go over there, so there's a trail. Pushing up the main dots, to take a picture of them up at just the cage on so you're not going to catch up with them. But the cows were slow, they were right there. I took pictures and they on there. Oh, that's my sister's cow, she called me. Things like that are called conservation, grazing and all this stuff. What if it's not our fault? Other livestock come into our area, you're liable. Then that's what my question was. How do you deal with stuff like that?
So in addition, every permittee is responsible. Did our permit has changed. It was once one permit with a huge number. Oh, you fractionate that, yeah. Could a fractionate that, yeah. Let's say this was once 200 for one parents. Another no baking or 6 batches out of 60 days meat go out of batch no hot air or hot air and ko 60 in the just out that air. So how one sibling of a car out of the net they go out family members. Because everybody in the family is one unit and you're supposed to all help each other and not what that was the philosophy behind it.
Don't it's really it's
Inte ainakin näitä igoja. Att såna andra då. Då original one and ton då så then you're gonna have no choice but to help this one permittee holder who might be your older brother or your sister yet, son it, not at the short jail, flashing about the house, Pekkasidä. Ako ei do tiini ahnde sa na wa do ni ra do le en hi ha je. To jo sin se su di chen sa jo o ga sa ko. Jo ko ta. To da in le ji ko. Ha fa es han non ka do ha shi ba na jo so da e wan na shi je a chin ra ko. O tin ha ko an le an da da na ya in da. Jo ta. Ako e tiini ni a do ni ra do le. Donde ski go say da on da kre. Odae every night every day na reshi ebe koshi. To shit that need a da na de dia ya te na ish da. I don't let it go on to the kids or it makes sense. John here dates ni could she be has sit nan men kids and me have live on hot on it no. They reduce the age, yeah, I don't say that. So they yat ma kwedo as from the yat that yat tot shindan zunda. Yat
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Raising from the industry side, I don't, from my dog was the brand, maybe take that or operate as raising ours. I'm grabbing the CIA update issue this. Update issue this. Oh.
Probate.
No more, no more permits will be issued to me.
Probate.
And they're questionable. Everybody permit that is going into probation flight title transfer a oh yeah I bet hold it. But back to you have to prove that you are a good stewardess of the land and your animals and that you're following the rules and the bylaws.
When you say no more residence permit will be issued from now on, are you saying that the ones that are existing will still exist, but they're not gonna make new ones? Is that what you're saying, or are they gonna pick up all the existing ones and do away with it?
Those of you who are in good standing will retain it every year. Every year they renew and it's just like your insurance. If you don't know what you're going to sponsor, you're in good standing. But if you're not, your policy may be revoked or you might go into some kind of I'll call it what's that? Yearly renewal. When I sign up on the brand date, that's your renewal. But only it says that it doesn't say that not clear that this is valid for the next 70 years. It's a renewal every single year depending on how you operate. On the conservation plan. But just because of the changing times, yeah, conservation plan, he be careful. There's always going to be some kind of stipulation year to year, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. So like 20 years from now, grass is for me young or yeah. We need the grass to keep eating, not corn permit. You can have 10 more. You see, he's there. Jason.
Yeah. Cat. Recording like Addison Nasnado, 9.18 Stewardship Utah Field Organizer David Redhorse, Naida. 9.19 NAU Professor Dr. Tommy Rock. It's another one. 9.20 MVP High School Principal Terry James. Naida. Harry Clark, the Shabby Pecano. Shirley Bedoni, Naida. Randy Yellow.
Yeah. I did record sales for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys know, not you were this is done. I don't know.
Oh, record sales we got to see. Hey, I live, but I do a report on it. I mean, I do a formal report, so 342. Hey, you're Randy Yellow. So,
They're supposed to be
Yeah.
next.
so I was just
It's he. But he's he
Oh,
skipped him.
so it is teams.
Yeah.
So I have Shale report is sent. We had a resolution that passed a couple months ago, so on the 21st of November, yeah, now Friday in Blanding, we met with the government industries, the housing committee. So we met and did a presentation for the net advisory committee Blanding. So what's that? So I got to meet committee to. So this Tuesday, we have another meeting this time it's gonna be with, Board of Trustees on this. So, Ajago a Bilakana Tkat on the house to Salt Lake Dam. So, a Tuesday good on this. So, I met with the DAC. DAC is the acronym for the Net Advisory Committee. So Tuesday, after Tuesday meeting, we'll have a better idea where we're gonna be at, what kind of criteria that the Utah Navajo Trust Fund has. So that it can, say, I thought of seeing it, but I'm beginning to understand